I think as we move forward into an increasingly more materialistically focused future with our species, it's leading us away from the true meaning and the true definition of this word. Hello there, Mason here with Soul Shifting Insight, back with another video. It's been a while, I've been busy, but today we're here for a special message I have for you. Now this is a message I've been sitting on for a while, for a couple months now, and it's a simple truth, really, that I find, we forget, or maybe we don't even understand in today's culture. So I'm just going to start with this. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. No, but serious question. What is love? We're going to define love today, because it seems that a lot of people in our culture and today's society, we forget what this is, and we misinterpret what this word means. So the basic message here is that love is unconditional. Anything else that has conditions that we call love is not love. We get that confused. And so a lot of the things that we call love in our relationships with our family, friends, our partners, or just anybody, what we call love is often just conditions and expectations that are either covert or overt. What I mean by that is that they call them contracts, right? It's a contract that is either spoken or unspoken between a person and another person. So, these desires, or what you want from somebody, or what you expect from somebody, these are all conditions, and we get that confused with love. But you see, love itself is unconditional. It doesn't matter the conditions. If you love somebody, it doesn't matter. You still love them. No matter what, you just love them. That's unconditional. That's when you know you love somebody. And love is basically acceptance and compassion. And it is unconditional acceptance and compassion, right? So in today's culture, like I said before, we have all these expectations. And so to give you an example, let's just say in a friendship, for instance, you have one friend that's always reaching out to the other friend to hang out, but the other friend doesn't reach out, very seldomly he reaches out to the other friend. So there's that lack of reciprocity in the friendship. And so the friend that's always reaching out, maybe he feels that he's not getting that reciprocity that he wants. But that's a condition. So if you really love the person that you're reaching out to, but you feel like they're not reaching out, they're not meeting you halfway, if you used to love them, then it doesn't matter. It's unconditional. Now, I'm not saying that those conditions and those wants and desires and those expectations that we have, those conditions, I'm not saying they're not important or essential to relationships. I'm saying that we confuse all of that with love. And that's really the message here. And how do you like my board? I just got this. That's why I haven't made a video in a while. I wanted to have a nice background with this nice lake secluded in the forest with a nice whiteboard, because I'm here to teach and preach today. We as a society attribute meaning to the word love that is not what love is. And we have to stop doing this, because it what's the word? It stifles and stagnates your relationships from growing and evolving and becoming better. Because when you just have all those expectations that are spoken or unspoken, and you think that if someone doesn't meet them, they don't love you, well then you're shooting yourself in the foot, and you're kind of burning bridges. Let's just say that, based off of what you want from someone else. When in reality, if you really love them, it doesn't matter. And this is hard when it comes to like partnerships. When you're with somebody in a relationship, that's hard because love and other factors come into play for a successful relationship, such as attraction and compatibility and all that good stuff. But we have to stop calling these things love, because they are not. You know, if you love someone, it doesn't matter if you're with them or not. They could be on the other side of the planet. You still have that unconditional love for them, right? And it's just something that we as a culture don't understand. Because I think as we move forward into an increasingly more materialistically focused future with our species, it's leading us away from the true meaning and the true definition of this word. And I've had personal experiences with this. And also, let's talk about how someone will say, like your family or your friends or your partner, they'll say they love you, right? But then when you don't meet all their covered contracts and all their expectations and what they want from you, spoken or unsaid, when they don't meet that, then they don't love you. Well, that means they never actually loved you, and they were just finding those other things in you. And so that's my point here, is that, hey, someone may say they love you, but don't get them fucking rose-colored glasses on, okay? You gotta take them off, and you gotta see the truth is that if someone really loves you, you'll know, right? Check out my new glasses, by the way. I just got these. And it's like, man, this dynamic, it fractals into so many instances in our life that we're not even really aware of half the time, right? And I just want to change that with this video. So how do we fix this, right? That's a good question. The way to fix this is to discern the difference between love and conditions and expectations and contracts. And the reason I use the word contracts is because let's think of a real contract. If you have a real contract, you have conditions, you have expectations that are listed. And we often have this between people, you know, in our life, you know. So those things, if not fulfilled, then the relationship ends, right? And so is that really love? And so you have to begin to ask yourself, in what ways am I doing this? In what ways am I falsely labeling love, you know? And, you know, you could look at partnerships, you could look at friendships. I gave you that example earlier about the friendships and the reciprocity of communication. That's something I deal with. And, but it's an expectation. I have this expectation that friendships that I have are going to have reciprocal communication, right? And so that is not really love. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have that expectation or condition. That's a way to protect yourself and save time and energy from people that are going to drain you, but it's not love. And so we have to start seeing the difference here, you know? This will help you if you're having relationship issues with anybody. Like, swear to God, it's such a simple, like, understanding, but it's so underlooked, or not even underlooked, but it's almost like a blind spot to society. And we got to end that, man. So I want to close out this video with one last point. That last point being that you have to understand when someone says they love you, you have to start seeing past that and look at their actions, because actions speak louder than words, right? So look at the people's actions when they say they love you, when they say they miss you. Are they showing unconditional acceptance and compassion towards you? Or are they just saying that to get these things fulfilled, these conditions, these expectations, these contracts? And I'm not saying these things aren't important. but it's not love. You know, we bring up Jesus Christ, for example, and Jesus Christ, I'm not a Christian, but I love Jesus. It's just funny that I'm talking about Jesus because I'm so not Christian for some reasons. But we can look at Jesus, and I can agree with the Christians that he was the greatest example of what love is the man had unconditional love for his brethren and humanity, and he was willing to give his life to prove that example, you know, and that's love, you know, is that he didn't care if you sinned or if you fucked up, but if you believed in this unconditional acceptance and compassion, he understood that that was God's vibration. That's what love is, and love is the most powerful force in this universe. If you don't believe that, you've been fooled, right? So be careful when someone tells you that they love you, and look at yourself too when you do it. When you say you love someone, do you mean it from your heart, or are you thinking from another place? You know, are you thinking with your genitals? You know, are you thinking about the horniness? Is that why you say you love somebody? Or are you thinking about the mental stimulation that they bring you, the excitement, the rush? Is that why you say you love them? Or do you really love them, no matter what? I'll use an example. I have people in my life, they had these expectations for me that I couldn't fulfill because it stifled my growth. It got in the way of me living my best life. And I'm not just saying best life in the hedonistic way. And like that's a good word to also put on this list is love does not equal hedonism. That's just a point, right? Anything that brings you pleasure, that's not love either. It's just a physical sensation. And you need to be mindful of it. But going back to my point, so this person expected me to not travel. And traveling is one of my favorite things to do. I love to travel, I love to hike. But they were scared that I was never going to be there for them again, that I was going to abandon them. And so that unsaid, well, it was actually a said expectation. I'll never forget it. And, you know, I forgive them because it's really not personal at the end of the day. When people, they project things on you, or when they had these conditions and expectations of you that you can't meet, it is not personal. Don't take it as a personal attack. It's just they're trying to get something that's not fulfilled within themselves. But back to my point, this person thought that I was going to abandon them forever because I want to travel. And that's not the case. They couldn't trust and understand that I would still continue communication with them, you know. But they were stuck in fear, you know. They were stuck in the fear that I would abandon them completely, and that's just not the case. And so what it was, that example that I'm using is an expectation and a condition. That is not love. You love someone, you love them unconditionally. That's what love is. Love is anything that has conditions is not love. Have I said it enough? Okay, I think we got the point. So I'm gonna wrap up this video. I plan to make some more videos here soon. It's been a while since I've made a video. I have been just working my ass off, doing other things in the background, building other businesses, and I like this type of video. Like having a whiteboard with words, this automatically triggers this part of your brain where you know you're going to learn something in the video. And that's my intention with these videos, is to help you learn insights that can shift your soul shifting insight, baby. So we're going to see a lot more of this whiteboard, and we're going to get deep, and I'm very excited. If you have any thoughts or experiences you want to share down below in the comments, please do. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I post a video. It would really help my channel grow, and I appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Soul Shifting Insight out.